ABC 13 is tracking the very latest as crews inspect College Lake Dam in Lynchbyrg, a dam they fear could break. Right now, it's stable as you look at the scene from the sky.
You can see just how fast that water was rushing yesterday when all the heavy rain fell. ABC 13 has team coverage you can count on tonight. But first, let's get over to Chief Meteorologist George Flickinger, who's tracking more storms in the area right now. George.
Mark and Noreen, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning which has been issued for the Lynchbyrg area as well as into Danville.
Let's get over to Danner Evans, who is live at College Lake Dam right now.
Yeah, the city just held a news conference less than 2 hours ago. Danner, give us an update.
Yeah, Mark, Noreen, you said at that news conference, they say that the dam here at College Lake behind me is stable at this point. But with the rain that's hitting right now, a lot of rain coming down right here outside of the University of Lynchbyrg, they tell us they're going to be watching this thing 24/7 to make sure that it remains stable. Take a look at what's going on behind me. A lot of crews out here watching this, city crews, police out here monitoring the situation, and a lot of television crews from here in the area and really around the nation right now.
There is an emergency spillway that right now is closed. We have to excavate the end of that spillway. It got covered by debris when the dam overtopped. So the plan is to excavate that probably tomorrow morning after these storms pass, and then we'll open that gate, and that will essentially lower the water levels in the lake. It may not drain the lake completely, but it will definitely lower the lake water levels and make the dam overall more safe.
At this hour again, the dam is stable, they say, but they are watching it very closely because of the storms that are coming through right now. What's interesting here is the Director of Public Works says she never expected for that dam to be topped, but not everyone agrees. Let's send it over to ABC 13's Chris Hoffman, who is live closer to the dam behind me, to tell us about one person that thinks maybe this wasn't the safest.
Well, Danner, here's where we're looking at the dam from a closer angle. You can see where it has had some damage. Right where that sidewalk is, you can see where it's sunk in there. Now, again, as you said, it is stable, and the College Lake Dam does go back to the 1930s. According to an environmental professor from the University of Lynchburg, the rain we saw yesterday and the rain we're seeing today should not cause this to break. According to his models, the catastrophic failure would be if this water is 4 to 6 feet above the roadway. To put in perspective, I'm around 6'2", so imagine my height of water being above that roadway. According to Chief Meteorologist George Flickinger, we didn't get anywhere near that yesterday. But he says this, according to that professor, he says this isn't a new problem for the city. Dr. Shahady says the developing of areas in the watershed near this lake cause runoff issues because more water comes into the lake than the infrastructure can handle.
I think on a longer term issue, we've got to look at how we develop watersheds, how we manage stormwater flow through them, and just get a better sense of how project upon project upon project causes water to do what we're seeing behind us.
Dr. Shahady says storms are becoming stronger than when this dam was built almost 84 years ago, citing scientific data saying we are seeing more intense storms than we are used to. Now, coming up at 6, you'll hear more from him and you'll hear more from the city on what they plan to do with the future of the College Lake Dam. To put in perspective, they might not even have one anymore. They are looking at other options.
All right, to give you some better perspective about who is at risk here, the Lynchbyrg city has put out an interactive map on its site to show who would be impacted the worst if this dam breaks. Again, they say it is stable, but they are keeping an eye on this 24/7 at this hour. The orange property that you see on your scene, those are properties identified to be evacuated. About 150 people evacuated last night. The blue is maximum probable flooding areas, and the yellow that you see on your screen right there is potentially impacted properties. So take a good look at how a breach of this dam could impact our city.
What I want to emphasize to you is that if the dam, and this is a worst case scenario, if the dam did break, this would only be impacting the creek, Blackwater Creek, and of course the dam there at Lakeside Drive, and that would be a 15 to 20 foot surge only within the creek, so only within the creek basin. However, the good news, since we've had so many hours, since we've had the heavy rain, but we have heavy rain in the area now, the pressures on the dam are less. But right now, we do have some rain moving across the Lynchbyrg area. But if the dam did break, and there's a look at it right through there, the water would then start to surge to the north along Blackwater Creek near Old Forest Road, then start to turn north and east toward Langern before moving out to the James River.
The shelter at EC Glass High School in Lynchbyrg is still set and open for anyone to evacuate. The American Red Cross opened that shelter around 10 o'clock last night. Ramona Franklin had to leave her home on Boston Avenue, but now that she's safe, she's praying for her neighbors.
I just want to pray and ask, Lord, please let people go home. Don't let their homes be, flooded out. Don't let them lose their place.
The following streets in Lynchbyrg are closed right now in that area. Lakeside Drive is closed from Old Forest Road to Mormon Drive, Halsey Street, Hill Street, Greenwood Drive, McConville Road, and Monticello Avenue. Also a note, the Blackwater Creek Trail and Ivy Creek Park are closed as well.
Less than 24 hours ago, take a look at the scene at 37 West Apartments on Waterlick Road in Campbell County. Look at that. Cars underwater, the parking lot covered completely. ABC 13's Whitney Burney is there live tonight.
Yeah, and Whitney, the water's gone now, but the crews are still cleaning up a lot of damage there.
That's right, Mark and Noreen. A lot of people have actually been able to make it back out here today to see the damage. I spoke with a couple of neighbors, and they tell me that a lot of disabled persons and senior citizens live on the first floor apartments. I would normally be pointing, but I have this huge umbrella. And they tell me that there's a lot of damage in these apartments. That water was rushing in so fast yesterday that fire crews and neighbors had to jump into action.
It was like a solid river.
The neighbors at 37 West Apartments say they've never seen anything like yesterday's storm.
You're just paralyzed. You
no
can't,
warning, and so fast, and all of a sudden you're in it.
and you don't know what to do.
This doesn't even look like the home I left. This looks like a big garbage dump right now.
This is Patty Hudgens' first time seeing her apartment after the flood.
I'm overwhelmed because I don't know where to even start.
This morning, a few of the neighbors were cleared to go back into their apartments to grab a few things. The units are still not livable at this point. I did speak with the managers here at 37 West, and they tell me they don't know when they'll be able to make the repair so people can move back in.
We still have the heavy rain in the Lynchbyrg area, but this rain will be moving out, and I do not see a repeat of the flooding which we had yesterday. Okay, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the Lynchbyrg area and south side, but despite that, I just kind of want to reassure you here and give you some good news. This storm actually, I've been looking at this storm since they've issued the warning, and this still does not look like a severe storm for Lynchbyrg. It is rain with some lightning. We can handle this. We'll be okay.
Now let's get to some of the best video and pictures you've sent in to us over the last 24 hours. Check out this rescue at Sandusky Apartments on Greenwood Drive in Lynchbyrg. Officials told our crews they rescued multiple people from the building. And everyone is accounted for and okay. The Red Cross is helping people who are out of their homes in that area.
And then there were evacuations at 37 West Apartments on Waterlick Road in Campbell County. That was a place also really hit hard. You can see the people carrying their stuff out above their heads to try to make it out through that high water. Check out the damage now on Breckenridge Street. This is by College Drive in Lynchbyrg. It's open to one lane after part of the street and the sidewalk there collapsed because of the flooding. Officials are advising drivers to use caution in that area.
Well, at this hour, the dam is stable according to the city, but I'll tell you what, there's been a flurry of activity here at the dam in the last half hour or so. I want to show you what's going on behind me. The crew's coming in and really putting these barricades down so they can do their work tonight, and they're also trying to make sure that they can monitor the dam right here 24/7 really right now, especially with all the rain that's coming through right now. I want to show you this video of Holland's Mill. That's another area that sees a lot of water rise when we see a lot of rain come down. This is in Lynchbyrg. Bruce Blankenship shot this video last night during all that heavy rain. You can see all the trash and debris that's in the water there. I drove by there today, and boy, that water is coming over fierce. Now, I had a chance to go around to a couple of businesses today. I was watching what was happening as two creeks through these two different businesses were running through those last night. I was really interested to see the damage that they did today. Well, so much damage that they closed both of those Lynchbyrg business. I want to show you what I saw today. At the Bella Rosa on Graves Mill, owners estimate Tomahawk Creek rose about 15 feet for 3 hours last night. That at the Bella Rose. Now, look at the video today. Left a ton of damage out there to clean up. They say, they tell me the bridge, that was washed away, as you can see. ABC 13's Carrie Beal joins us live from EC Glass with some of that help.
Yeah, and if you're still interested in coming here, this is EC Glass by the gymnasium. So come to that side of the school if you do still need some assistance. I'm here with Michelle McCormick. She's the director for the Blue Ridge Area Red Cross. And can you tell me a little bit about how has the reaction been last night? How many people were here last night compared to now? Because it's gone down a lot, right?
Right, it has, and so we're very thankful for that. Some people have been able to find shelter with their families or friends. Last night we had more than 100 folks here, and then another shelter was open with about 25. So we were looking at about close to 150, or give or take some, that sought shelter last night.
Right now, a view above a flooded Lynchbyrg, trying desperately to dry out, but Mother Nature just isn't cooperating.
At this hour, the dam here at College Lake is stable. That is what the latest from the city of Lynchbyrg, but I just talked to a crew member with Public Works, and he tells me they're really trying to keep people off of the bridge right now, all of the reporters that are down here, because they want to maintain the integrity over there, and they don't want anyone really getting in their way, because they are monitoring this 24/7 to make sure that the dam remains stable.
I'm trying to dig down there. You get the top of that orange excavator there. That's where they're trying to dig out a spillway. They're trying to dig out an emergency spillway that got blocked up by debris, so some of this water on the other side of the dam can get around and get down into the Blackwater Creek Trail. Now, the Water Resources Director says they'll have a better idea tomorrow of what they will need to do with the dam. They have two plans. One short-term emergency plan that should take about 7 to 10 days to fix. Now, the longer one, that'll be about 4 to 6 weeks.
Wanda Paget tells me her basement was underwater last night. You can still see the damage here on the wall from how high that water rose. This is the second room in her basement, and she says years of memories are ruined. Paget arrived home last night to the house she's lived in for 14 years.
The water was coming so fast down my driveway. I was driving up my driveway and the water was pushing my van backwards.
In her home, a lifetime of memories. She didn't expect the downpour to wash away those objects with sentimental value.
It was just coming down the hill and it was coming into the home. And when I opened up the basement door, I could see the water coming up the steps.
I want to first show you how high the water levels were last night. If you take a look over to the side of us, take a look at the rotunda. The owner tells me that the water levels were literally almost at the top of that they were reaching the glass. And the owner was really concerned because last night it was her mother's 70th birthday. So they were all here celebrating. They had a lot of senior citizens. And the next thing they know, they look over to the other side of them and there's a bridge that's wiped out from floodwaters. This is some of the damage.
All right, thank you, Carrie. I want to show you some of the damage that was done to the dam here. If you look off behind me, this is what crews are really concentrating their efforts on right now. You see where the water took down those rocks right there. A bulldozer is down off the side, moving a lot of land. They're going to be excavating this area to open the spillway this weekend.
They are cleaning up on the south side right now as well from yesterday's storms.
Yeah, ABC 13's Kyle Wilcox caught up with Martinsville residents who had trees fall on their homes. He joins us live tonight. Kyle?
Bill Coggins still doesn't remember how it sounded when a tree crashed onto the roof of his home during Thursday's storm.
I just kind of went blank because, I mean, you know, it's just it's hard to describe.
Coggin watched the tree in his yard fall and severely damage his home of more than 40 years.
Okay, newest information is that the flood warning has been extended until 2 a.m. for Lynchbyrg. This is in case we see a breach of the dam. But as far as the actual rain, the heaviest of the rain has finished, but those showers that rain in Bedford, the town of Bedford right now, that's going to spread its way into Lynchbyrg, but that is not going to be producing that much rain. It's going to move in and out within an hour, and then tomorrow we get to enjoy sunshine, only a minimal chance of showers.
It is about time. We deserve a break.
Drier weather coming.